Yellowstone actor Cole Brings Plenty, who is known for his acting roles within the Yellowstone spin-off series 1923, is currently missing, and according to the Lawrence, Kansas Police Department, he is also wanted for allegations of domestic assault. Cole Brings Plenty, who is also the nephew of Mo, who stars in the original Yellowstone franchise series, has been missing since March 31st. The Lawrence, Kansas Police Department has put out a statement in reference to this case. The Lawrence, Kansas Police Department shared this statement onto their Facebook, where it reads, "Lawrence police have submitted an affidavit to the district attorney for the arrest of Cole Brings Plenty after an incident Sunday morning at an apartment in Lawrence. We've identified him as the suspect, have probable cause for his arrest, and issued an alert to area agencies. Officers responded to reports of a female screaming for help, but the suspect fled before officers arrived. The investigation identified Brings Plenty, and traffic cameras showed him leaving the city immediately after the incident, traveling southbound on 59 highway. This incident involves allegations of domestic violence, which limits the amount of information we can share to protect the victim. No further details will be provided. Brings Plenty's families have contacted officers, expressed concern, and reported him as a missing person. Brings Plenty was last known to be driving the 2005 Ford Explorer bearing Kansas license plate 368PXB pictured below. If you see Cole Brings Plenty or his vehicle, call 911, or you can make an anonymous tip to Crime Stoppers of Lawrence and Douglas County at 785-843-8477. And here is a picture of Cole Brings Plenty that they have put out to the public, as well as the Ford Explorer in which they were talking about in their statement there. Along with the Lawrence, Kansas Police Department, Cole Brings Plenty's family, as well as Cole Hauser, who is known to play Rip Wheeler in the series, have turned to their social media. They're asking for any help that they can get from the public in locating Cole. As you can see here from Cole Hauser's post, the same information in which Lawrence, Kansas released, he has shared onto his Instagram, including his height and weight, which he's about 5'10" and 150 pounds. Cole Hauser writes, "My good friend Mo Brings Plenty's nephew is missing. He was last seen on Easter evening in Kansas City. If you have any information on his whereabouts, please contact the below or your local police," the number in which we have already provided, and obviously the Lawrence, Kansas Police Department. His uncle Mo Brings Plenty also shared this missing bulletin that you see here with a little bit more information on it. Cole Coco Brings Plenty went missing from Lawrence, Kansas on March 31st, 2024. Cole was last seen leaving out of Lawrence, Kansas, south on Highway US 59 in his 2005 white Ford Explorer in the early morning hours of March 31st. Cole missed an appointment with his agent for a TV show, which is uncharacteristic for him. Cole's cell phone is currently off. He is 27 years of age. Again, we see the height and weight there of 5'10", 145 to 150 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. Cole Brings Plenty's father, Joseph, has also been pleading online onto his social media and help for finding his son. This was his first initial post after he initially went missing. He wrote, "If anyone knows where my son Cole Brings Plenty is, please tell him to call me. His family is very worried about him. Last seen early morning hours on Easter morning. He hasn't messaged me or called me back. I have some of our family and friends in the area looking for him." Again, he talks of the white Ford Explorer last seen leaving out of Lawrence, Kansas. "Love you, son. Just reach out to me, messaging you on your phone." He did follow up again just a couple of hours ago with a very emotional post onto his Facebook about this situation. He writes, "Arrived in Lawrence around midnight. Me, my Cole Brings Plenty older brother, Joe Brings Plenty Jr., and his girlfriend, Cheyenne LeBeau. We went to Highway 59, last place where my son's vehicle was seen heading. Wanted to see it at night, maybe how my son saw it. We found a stream and sang a prayer song." He continues and says, "We met with some of our relatives at the Haskell College. The college and students have a sacred fire built. They are going to keep it burning until my son is found. They've been doing searches and showed me a map of all the places they had searched already. One of the staff, Carrie, allowed us to stay in her home. Thank you, Haskell students and staff. Love you all. Makes me feel like I can do this." He adds, "The drive here has been the most difficult drive I've ever done. I can't stop thinking about my son. I see all the posts. I've been in law enforcement for most of my life. When it came to searches, I never assumed my first priority was to find the person and make sure they are alive and well. Anything legal that's being said about my son, let his accusers stand before him in a court of law that has a place and a time for it. If my son was anything but a Lakota, the wording on the local PD's post would be different. The priority, he would be a missing person. Anyone knows that my son knows this is out of character, that he wouldn't just ghost his family and friends regardless. Something happened, and I'm here to find out what and where my son is. The rest of my family will be here in Lawrence later today. I'm happy they are coming. Not all could come, but we are here. Anyone who knows anything about my son, please reach out to me. Anyone who values life understands where I stand. A very difficult situation for any parent to be in, looking for their child who they have no idea where they could be or what has happened to them. And, it is completely out of character according to his father. For anyone out there who may be in the necessary area surrounding Lawrence, Kansas, or the outskirts, please reach out if you have any information surrounding the whereabouts of Cole Brings Plenty. That's your latest update here from Country Cast. Be sure to subscribe down below so you never miss out on any breaking news and updates.